You may not believe me at first, and I understand that. After all, the world has taught us to trust only what our eyes can see, what our hands can touch, and what our minds can reason. But what if I told you that the greatest secret I ever discovered goes far beyond reason, beyond logic, and beyond what you can physically perceive? It all started on a late night, sitting in the stillness, feeling the weight of my failures. My world seemed small, my dreams distant, and my hope almost gone. But then a simple thought entered my mind. What if it's not the world that has to change but me? That was the spark that ignited everything. And from that moment on, my life began to unfold in ways that defied all logic and expectation. Not because I was lucky, not because I had the right numbers, but because I found something much more powerful than luck. I found a phrase, a key, that unlocked a reality already waiting for me. The phrase I'm about to share with you is simple, but its power is profound. Most people speak from what they see. They say, I am poor, and the world reflects poverty back to them. They say, I am unlucky, and life brings them more proof of that. But when I spoke this phrase, I didn't speak to the world. I spoke to the unseen, to the invisible field that responds only to the feeling behind your words. The phrase was simple, but when I said it as if it were already true. I spoke it with the quiet assurance of someone who knew they already had what they desired. At first, I didn't even believe it would work, but something deep within me stirred, a quiet knowing, a warmth that felt like home. The moment I entered the state of already having, everything began to change. I didn't force it. I didn't beg. I simply entered the state of being the one who had already received. When I repeated the phrase night after night, I felt it sink into me. It became real, not as a distant wish, but as a memory. And that is the secret. The moment your imagination becomes more real to you than the facts of your senses, the outer world rearranges itself. Most people live their lives fighting what they see, fighting their current circumstances. But what if I told you that your outer world is always one step behind your inner world? The facts you see right now are simply the echoes of your past thoughts, your past assumptions. But the key to transformation is this: stop reacting to what is and start living from what you want to be. I didn't chase the result. I rested in fulfillment. I didn't think of winning. I thought from it. I became the person who had already won. And when I did, reality began to bend. Doors opened that had never existed before, and opportunities appeared as if they had been waiting for me to stop asking and start claiming. So, how do you tap into this power? It all starts with your assumption. What you assume to be true becomes true for you. It's not about convincing the world. It's about convincing yourself. You must enter the state of already having what you desire. And when you do, the outer world must follow. This is the law of assumption. What you feel to be true within must express itself outwardly. I didn't chase results. I didn't beg or wish. I simply assumed that what I wanted was already mine. I said the phrase with love, with gratitude, and with the deep feeling that it was already done. The world caught up. It always does. But you must persist. The phrase I used wasn't magic. It was a declaration. It wasn't just words. It was the belief behind the words. I didn't need to force the world to change. I simply needed to change within, to live as if what I desired was already true. When I said, I did it, I didn't just say it, I lived it. I felt it as truth, and that is the key. You must live from the end, not toward it. So, If you want to manifest big wins in your life, whether it's wealth, health, love, or success, stop chasing. Live as though it's already yours. Speak your phrase with conviction and belief. The universe is waiting for you to claim what is already yours. Now, take this lesson to heart. Don't wait for evidence to appear. Live from the end and watch as the world begins to reflect the reality you've already claimed. And remember, your reality is not created by what you see, but by what you assume.